food, it is inextricably linked to landscapes and to the people who live within them. By conserving landscapes, we are also protecting biodiversity and the wealth of traditional knowledge surrounding the growing, collection and preparation of local foods.
මේක කෙසෙල්මුව මේක බණ්ඩක්කා මේක කරවිල මේක ගොටුකුල මේක පොලස් මේක වැටකුළු ස්මුරුංගා ස්මඤ්ඤොක්කා.
When we talk about conserving biodiversity, when we talk about conserving the biodiversity that our food security and our well-being is based on, we really need to think about the cultures of the people that use, identify and maintain this rich diversity. And Sri Lanka is particularly interesting because it's a mix of so many different cultures.
Situated at the foot of the Indian subcontinent, at the crossroads of ancient trade routes, Sri Lanka is a melting pot of foods and plants coming from the Pacific region, from Southeast Asia, from India and Central Asia, from Africa, and then from the New World. All of this is apparent in the wealth of daily dishes of Sri Lanka's peoples.
Many of these important foods and rich biodiversity, they're found very close to home, in their home gardens, people's home gardens. And each culture in Sri Lanka has a different mix of plants in their home gardens. And I like to think of it, if biodiversity is valuable, if something's valuable, you keep it close to home.
Agrobiodiversity has never been sort of documented properly. But yet recently there has been a lot of interest in our country for conservation of agrobiodiversity, as people have realized that we are losing a lot of the traditional varieties and underutilized crops due to human pressure. So that we have developed, we have come up with an action plan to conserve agrobiodiversity, and we are starting to document or record what we have left with.
Sri Lanka. It is home to 2,800 varieties of rice, 230 fruit species, as well as many root crops, leafy vegetables, spices and medicinal plants, some of which are found only in Sri Lanka.
Foods that we know and are familiar with are seen in different ways by different cultures, and that's what creates so much diversity in the foods and in the varieties of foods. For example, banana. Who hasn't gone to the supermarket and bought a banana? But what's interesting, if you go to Sri Lanka, the banana is used in a variety of ways. It's cooked, it's baked, it's eaten as a fresh fruit. So this rich blend of cultures and interaction of cultures with a rich biodiversity has given, in fact, a very rich and colorful and healthful cuisine, which we hope through the projects that we're undertaking here, not just to conserve the biodiversity, but to conserve people's appreciation and use of that biodiversity in their diets and in their cultures.
For this reason, the Biodiversity for Food and Nutrition project is working with Brazil, Kenya, Sri Lanka and Turkey to document and promote local nutritious foods, and by so doing conserve them.